welcome to Diaries, and thank you for watching my other videos. But if you haven't, please watch them, they're really good, and please subscribe this and the other videos. So I'll start by explaining this book. This book is called Diaries Drama Queen, and if you have a daughter or if you are just watching, you'll like this. This is based on a girl's diary called Nikki J. Maxwell, but on this one, this is really twisted because Mackenzie Hollister, the school queen bee, takes over and writes in the diary. And so, this book, today I'm going to read you where Nikki's sister kills her fish. And I think you'll really like it. So, hope you enjoy it. This story belongs to Nikki J. Maxwell. Mackenzie Hollister is taking over. Private and confidential. If found, police return to me for reward. No snooping allowed. Wednesday, April 2nd. The past 24 hours of my life have been so disgustingly nasty that I'm actually starting to feel like a puddle of cat vomit. First, I ruined my brand new sweater with a PB&J and pickle sandwich. A long story. Then I got hit in the face by a dodgeball during gym in front of the entire closet. Ended up trapped in a wacky fairy tale. An even longer story. Okay, I can handle the utter humiliation of walking around the school obvious to the fact that a sandwich is stuck to my abdomen like duct tape. Hey, I can even handle my conclusion. However, what I can handle is the fact someone started an awful rumor about me. I overheard two CCP, cute, cool, and popular girls gossiping about it in the bathroom. Rumor has it that my crush kissed me at the charity event last weekend on a dare merely to snag a free large pizza from Queasy Cheesy. Of course, I totally freaked when I heard it. Not only is a dare like that rude and insensitive, but it's a very cruel joke to play on a person like, well, me. I was sure that whole thing was a big fat lie. Sorry, but everyone knows Queasy Cheesy pizzas are just nasty. Had it been a dare for a yummy crazy burger, I totally believe it. Hey, I'll be the first to admit that rumor could have been a lot worse, but still, I just wish someone would stay out of my personal business, and by someone I mean my mortal enemy, Mackenzie Hollister. I don't know why that girl hates my guts. It wasn't my fault Principal Winston gave her a 3-day detention for sportsmanlike behavior for slamming in the face with that dodgeball. I'm really lucky I'm not in a coma right now or undergoing life-threatening surgery. She's going to die unless we do an emergency reverse dodgeball face. She'll slam and naughty. Deflated dodgeball. Anyway, as punishment for what Mackenzie did to me, she has to clean the bug-infested showers in the girls' locker room. Unfortunately, I learned today that the bug problem in there is really bad. I was sitting behind Mackenzie in French class, finishing up my homework, when I noticed there was something stuck in her hair. At first, I thought it was one of those fancy designer berets she loved to wear, but when I took a closer look, I realized it was actually a gigantic dead stink bug. Ew! That's when I tapped Mackenzie on the shoulder. Mackenzie, excuse me, but I just wanted to let you know that. Nikki, why are you even talking to me? Just mind your own business, she said, glaring at me like I was something her spoiled poodle Fifi had left in the grass in her backyard. Mackenzie glaring at me in a very rude manner. Bug. Okay, then I won't tell you there's a huge dead stink bug in your hair, I said calmly. Besides, it kind of looks like an ugly barrette, and it totally completes your eye color. What? Mackenzie gasped, and her eyes got as big as saucers. She whipped out her makeup mirror. OMG, OMG, there's a big black insect with prickly legs tangled in my golden tresses. Eek! She shrieked. Then she started to jump around hysterically and shaking her hair to get it out. She had a complete meltdown. You're just making it worse. Now it's even more tangled in there. Just sit down and chillax, I said as I grabbed a tissue and reached for her hair. Get away from me, she screamed. I don't want two disgusting creatures in my beautiful hair. Stop acting like a spoiled brat, I shot back. I'm just removing the bug for you. See? Me removing the stink bug from Mackenzie's hair. That's disgusting. Get it away from me. You're welcome, I said, glaring at her. Don't expect a thank you from me. It's all your fault that bug was in my hair. It's probably from one of those nasty showers I've been forced to clean. Suddenly, she folded her arms and narrowed her eyes at me. Or maybe you put it in my hair to try to ruin my reputation. I bet you want everyone to think my house is overrun with disgusting bugs. Again. Mackenzie, I think your lip gloss must be leaking into your brain. That's ridiculous. How could you put that nasty bug in my hair? I'm getting sick just thinking about it. Ugh. Then she covered her mouth and mumbled something, but I couldn't understand a word. What? Oh, I'm gonna go up. Me trying to figure out what Mackenzie was saying. Though we were in French class, it definitely didn't sound like she was speaking French. By the time I finally figured out what she was saying, it was too late. Desperate, she took off running towards the wastebasket in the front of the room. But unfortunately, she didn't make it. I could not believe that Mackenzie Hollister, the queen of CCPs, actually threw up in front of the entire French class. She was like a bad car accident. I really didn't want to see her covered in puke from head to toe. But I couldn't help staring. I have never seen her so embarrassed, so humiliated, so vulnerable, so messy. I was both shocked and surprised when I was suddenly overcome with overwhelming emotion. I had never ever felt more sorry for a human being in my entire life. Poor Chuck the janitor. He has a really dirty job. It seemed like such grave injustice that he had to clean up the horrible mess that Mackenzie had made. Sometimes life is so unfair. But he took his job very seriously because he actually put one of those paper mask thingies that doctors wear during surgery. I'm guessing it was probably because of the very nauseous and excessive stinkage. Anyway, our French teacher immediately sent Mackenzie down to the office to call her parents to go home for the rest of the day. And instead of having claws in a smelly illuminated room, our teacher took us down to the library to quietly study our French vocabulary words, which were perfect for me because I was able to work on my special project for National Library Week later this month. My PFFs, Chloe and Zoe, and I held a book drive for our school back in September, and it was a huge success. Now we're planning an even bigger one for National Library Week. We'll also be traveling to NYC for a book festival, and we'll get to meet and greet some of my favorite authors. Squee! Anyway, I can't believe Mackenzie actually thinks I put the stink bug in her hair. Unfortunately for her, it looked like the kids in her class are already gossiping about what happened. One girl had her cell phone out. She showed it to a guy, and then they started snickering crazy. I guess that she was probably texting me the entire school. But this whole thing is all Mackenzie's fault. She totally overreacted and freaked out even after I offered to help her. Mackenzie is such a vomit queen. Oops, I meant drama queen. Sorry about that, Mackenzie. Friday, April 4th. Today we only had half day of school due to teacher training, which means I didn't get a chance to talk with Chloe and Zoe about the big blow up I had with Brandon yesterday. The crazy thing is that I think I'm more upset about it today than I was yesterday. Go figure. I stopped by Brandon's locker a couple of times to try and talk to him, but he was never around. So now I'm starting to suspect that he might be avoiding me. If I were him, I'd avoid me too. I really want to believe that Mackenzie made up that stupid rumor about me praying for pizza. But what if all or some of it is actually true? None of this makes any sense. And so, in spite of all the craziness with Brandon yesterday, I still consider him as a true friend. He deserved it. The Brandon I know will never ever accept a dare like that. And I refuse to waste any more of my time obsessed over it. Anyway, after school, I was doing my biology homework when my brother and little sister, Brianna, came skipping into my room singing to herself. I got a surprise! I got a surprise! She poked her head over my shoulder to see what I was doing. Don't you want to know what it is? She asked. Nope, I answered indifferently. I continued reading. Well, I'm going to show you anyway. That's when Brianna grinned and slammed a fishbowl on top of my biology book. Water splashed everywhere. My helmet was completely soaked. Brianna splashing water on me and my homework. Brianna, I yelled. What are you doing? Now, my book and homework are soaking wet. Go away. I took another look at the fishbowl and realized there was actually a goldfish in it. Where did that come from? My teacher, she replied. She's letting me babysit the class goldfish robber for the entire weekend. We're going to do lots of fun stuff together since we're best friends. All I could do is shake my head. Well, I think you need to be more careful with him and more responsible. You could have cracked the fishbowl. Responsible? What does that mean? She asked. Let's see. How do I explain this in Nick Jr. terms? I tapped my chin and thought. I'll use Mom as an example. Mom feeds you, drives you to school, and takes care of you. When you're sick and make sure that you're always safe. That's called being responsible. Oh, now I understand. So I need to be Robert's mommy, she said eagerly. Yeah, something like that, I said. Take him to your room and read him a story. I don't want any more water on my homework. Okie dokie, she replied and picked up her fishbowl. Robert, your mommy's taking you to see her bedroom. I was glad she had that fish because I figured that it would keep her occupied and out of my hair. But 15 minutes later, she came bouncing back into my room. Where's Robert? I asked her. He's taking a bubble bath, she answered. What? Did you say bubble bath? I shrieked. Yep. He smelled really fishy, so I thought I'd give him a nice warm bubble bath. That's what Mommy would do, right? Brianna, are you serious? Robert's a fish. He's supposed to smell really fishy. Well, he doesn't smell fishy anymore. Come take a sniff. I gotta go finish his bubble bath now and dry him with your hair dryer. Bye. Oh, crud. I slammed my book shut and sighed. So much for homework. I rushed down the hall and then peeked on the bathroom to check on poor Rover. And sure enough, it was just as I feared. He was covered in soap suds and bubbles and floating in the bathroom sink. Brianna was busy adding even more water. Brianna giving her goldfish a bubble bath. OMG, you really gave your goldfish a bubble bath. Are you crazy? I exclaimed. Brianna, you cooked the darn thing. What are you talking about? Rover's having fun. See how relaxed he is? Ew. Brianna stuck the dead fish right in my face. That's when I threw up in my mouth a little. He's far from relaxed, I told Brianna. He's not moving because he's dead. I'm his mommy, not you, and I say he's sleeping. So there, she says, sticking her tongue at me. But when she asked me if Robert could borrow my toothbrush so they could brush their teeth together at bedtime, I heard enough. Obviously, something had to be done. If I let her learn the truth on her own, she probably needs therapy for the rest of her life. And then again, Dad wasn't exactly expert on topics like this. He probably just flushed poor Rover down the toilet, which would make even more traumatizing to Brianna. I decided to talk to Mom about this death fish situation tomorrow evening. As soon as she returned home from her visit with my grandma. Sometimes having a naughty little sister is really challenging. Ugh.